last year, and after the Supreme Court legalized gay marriage last summer, they became foster parents to a bouncing baby girl. But
they shouldn't have.
A Utah judge brought their happy world to a screeching halt.
Good.
We never thought that this would happen.
During a routine court hearing for their foster daughter, a Utah judge asked Becky Pierce and April Hoagland a simple question.
He asked us what our relationship was, and we told him that we were legally married.
What happened next, they never saw coming.
He just dropped the bomb that she needs to be removed to a heterosexual...
That's right.
Juvenile court judge Scott Johansson
Hero.
removed in just 7 days.
He did say he had research that proves that children do better in heterosexual homes than in homosexual homes.
That's right.
Who were both raised Mormon, say the judge is making his legal decisions based on his own religious morality.
He doesn't know anything about us. He doesn't know anything
You're
about our
fucked up.
dynamic.
You're two females.
Anything about our other
You're
children.
messed up.
And this isn't the first
No
time
children.
Johansson has courted controversy. In 2012, he ordered a mother to cut off her own daughter's hair, all in exchange for a lighter sentence. The question now, is this decision legal?
Yes.
Overstepped his bounds.
Brent Platt, Utah Director of Child Services, says he doesn't think so.
The child is doing well in the home. This is a great family, so we're
yeah,
concerned that
two
his decision
messed up
is based on something
females.
other than facts.
April and Becky say they'll fight in court to keep custody
You're gonna
of their baby
lose.
girl.
DCF recommended the baby stay with us along with the biological
Yeah, so you
mother.
can fuck her up too.
And the only person standing in the way is Judge Johansson.
Yay!
Well, Tamara, the next hearing is scheduled for December, but all of this comes on the heels of a controversial decision by the Mormon Church. That's to exclude children of same-sex couples from any religious activity, saying they can't even be baptized until they're 18 since their parents are sinners. Hundreds have now left the church in protest.
All right, Morgan, thank you very much. Now let me set it
Good
up
job,
to
Judge.
Right, Cameron,
A quacker did that. I can't believe that.
New figures, and the number of affected by autism. A new report finds that 1 in 45 kids in the U.S. has autism.
You did it.
Jump over previous years from 2.
You did it. Y'all gave them all them pills and shots.
So why the startling increase? One reason may be the CDC says it changed a key question on a survey sent out to thousands of parents. Asking specifically, did a doctor or health professional ever tell you that your child had autism, Asperger's disorder, pervasive developmental disorder, or autism spectrum disorder? Researchers say that revision made it easier for the parents to determine that their kids had autism. Dr. Natalie Azar is an NBC News medical contributor. Dr. Azar, good morning. This is an eye-popping number, 1 in 45. We just talked about how the question changed, and maybe that means the reporting has increased. What's the significance in your mind?
So I think that, according to the experts who've analyzed this study, I think it's that there is a component of just the fact that the methodology is so different. That the previous number, the 1 in 68, really came from medical records and screening from physicians' offices. And this was very, very different. This was basically a questionnaire that asked parents, has a health professional ever said that your child might have autism spectrum disorder, autism, pervasive personality disorder, or some other developmental disorder? And so it is a patient report, but it's also coming from the guidance of what their physician may have asked them. So from what I've read and what I could interpret, I think that the number probably reflects a possibly true prevalence, that we know that autism spectrum disorder has increased, but there's probably also a component of just the methodology being different, that they might have captured more diagnoses of autism spectrum disorder.
Let's shift gears. There is a fascinating story in the newspaper about the Cleveland Clinic starting to, or wanting to, get into the business of uterine transplants.
Yes.
Who would this be for, and how would they do it?
So the patient that this is for a woman who has something called uterine factor infertility. And that means that there are women, thousands across the world, who are actually born without a uterus or have some issue, whether it's a hysterectomy or problem with their uterus, they cannot carry a child. This is the study that was sort of is the Cleveland Clinic basing out of, has come out of Sweden. They've had 9 uterine transplants there with 4 successful pregnancies. It's quite a procedure, as you can well imagine. The woman has to be screened really, really significantly, they have to go through IVF. They have to be selected to be the recipient of a donor uterus, which is cadaveric, meaning that it's from a person who has died. They place the uterus in the woman's body. The woman has to heal a year later. They do IVF. Importantly, the woman also has to take anti-rejection drugs during pregnancy.
Which, when I read that, I wondered.
That's why they're using all the black bodies.
Technically
they're
speaking,
using all the
women
black
do that
body
now.
parts because them white gals can't
transplants do take
reproduce.
anti-rejection medicines during
I
pregnancy.
pray
It can
that
be done.
every
It's a
time
very
it
high-risk
fails, if
pregnancy,
it's not
and
for
very interestingly,
good use,
after the
good
children,
cause.
after the mothers have completed their childbearing, the uterus is then either removed or the rejection medicine is stopped and the uterus is allowed to disintegrate technically. It's fascinating from a science point of view, and it certainly can provide a service to these women who...
only the rich and
it's really
powerful.
Science. We'll see what happens.
May it never work for
I
them.
think has enrolled 10 women right now.
It's fascinating. It holds a lot of promise for some women. Natalie, thank you so much. Coming up next, why so many women are attracted to bad boys. Plus, where has Luke Skywalker been in the trailers and posters for the new Star Wars? I've been just wondering about this. Well, finally, we're going to hear from the man behind the movie. And all 50 states in one remarkable week. Al is moments from completing his record